So I'm going to talk about a young man. For this purpose, we'll call him, I don't know, we'll call him Juan. So Juan was a young man, 22 years old, who I was in a little pueblito, a little teeny tiny town called Yayay. In Mapuche, the Mapuche language, Yayay means viento, viento, which means wind, wind. So it was really windy, really cold. We're there in the winter. And there were some sisters who found this young man one day on the street. He was all dressed in black, like just kind of that emo gothic look. Long black hair kind of covering the eyes, a giant black trench coat with black boots. And he was walking along, and it was late at night, but they were going to be obedient even though they were freezing, and decided to contact one more person before going in. And tapped him on the shoulder and just invited him to church. Just because, you know, he kind of looked a little sketchy and they didn't really know, but they just invited him to go. Well, he went. And it turned out that in that moment he had been kind of contemplating life, wondering why he even existed, what was his purpose. And I came, either was it that first Sunday that he went, or the second Sunday he came again, I think. And it was Fast Sunday. And the sisters told me, there's this guy here, he hasn't really been taught yet, but he just started coming to church, and he's from your area. I had just been transferred there. And so I went and sat next to him and introduced myself, and felt that I needed to invite him to bear his testimony. He'd never even been taught, and I did. And he bore it. He stood up in front of everyone and just said, for the first time I feel loved and accepted, and I've never felt this way before. He was baptized about 3 weeks later. But the cool part, well, I mean, that's all cool, but the cooler part is that the week after his baptism, he was given the priesthood, and the week after that, he baptized one of our other converts, is now preparing for a mission. He would wake up on Sundays, like earlier than we did, and run around the little town picking up the investigators and the less actives and bringing them to church. And he would constantly go out with us, and he like had a little tag that he made, and he was, oh my goodness, just out of this world, so converted. I'd never seen someone so converted and so in love with their Savior. And he made a real and true transformation. He now goes to church in a white shirt and tie, and he's about to turn his papers in. It's just unbelievable. It's just so amazing.